Hello students, this video is to help you with clapping and counting and shadow bowing 65 to the end on A Soldier's Hymn. This exercise will help you achieve your weekly assignment for the gradebook. This is a tricky section, so it's going to take a lot of practice. I would really like to help you with this in person, but I can't. So we're going to have to really be particular about these details. So I'm going to first work through the clapping and counting for today, and then on your next day that you have scheduled, you're going to work on the pitch part of it. But for now, we're going to separate pitch and rhythm with the bowing and the rhythm, and then we'll worry about the left hand in a couple days. So you are welcome to work forward on that part so that you are primed and ready. So here's the first violin part and the second violin part. The rhythm is the same, and I believe the viola is the same. Yes, the viola part, the second violin part, and the first violin part rhythm are all the same. So I'm going to use this first violin part as reference, but you all can use this with me on the Screencastify to count and clap. Then the cello and bass part are the same, so I'll do that after this. Okay, so let's. It's in 4/4, and notice a couple of things. You've got short, down, down, and then a lift, but then you have an up bow here. Okay, that's the trick, getting to the midpoint and then going up bow for the triple lift. And then we lift, and then we go up bow again on the triplet. And then you have down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up. And then you have tremolo. That's what those three lines mean. So that's just, I'm just going to count those as whole notes. Okay, and then because we're at the tip there, since we're doing tremolo, we have to lift here, and then so we can do a long bow there. So a lot going on here. So first, let's do clapping and counting. 65. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. I think the rest is pretty self-explanatory. Now, this is the hard part, the bowing. Okay, now this is where I want you to really practice with me. Okay, and this is what I want you to see on your test. Okay, this is for violin and viola. Okay, I'm going to start at the frog here. Okay, so I'm going to go short. 1 lift, 2, 3. I lift on 3. I get to the frog and I go 4 and okay, and that number up there means fingering, but it can also mean the fourth beat. Okay, so I'm going to start at 65. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1, 2, 3. 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I go fast to this tip for 4 counts, another 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, and then I lift 1, 2, slow bow, 3, 4, 1, off. Okay, now if I hear a metronome behind you, it would sound like this. Okay, this is at 60. Okay, you're going to be doing a little faster, so this is just an introduction. So it'll sound like this set when you're test or when you're practicing and your test. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the tricky part. All right, now we're going to go to the cello and bass. Okay, bass, cello and bass. This is a little bit difficult to read because of this tie here. Okay, so this 65, I have 2 beats of rest, and then I have a tie that goes across the bar line. But I lift there, and then I get to the frog, and I go up bow, and then I lift or I pause, and then I lift or I pause, and we're going to figure all that out here. But we for sure go down bow here. Okay, so I'm going to clap and count first. Okay, this is for cello and bass. Now, real quick, we go down to the bass part. You'll notice the cello part, 65, is here, and then you see the tie. The bass part has the exact same rhythm, but it's written just a little differently because the placement on the page. 65 starts here, but you still see a tie on the next measure. Okay, so that tie does count there as well. Okay, so let's go back to the cello part. We're going to use the cello part. It's all the same except for the pitch, which we'll address later, cello and basses. Okay, so here's 65, clapping and counting. Ready? I'm going to do rests first. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, tied. 2 and a 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then the rest is self-explanatory. You see the, don't worry about the ritardando. I do want the measure of rest here. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the bow, okay, the shadow bow. I'm going to do it up here so that you can see here. Okay, so here's 65. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2. I'm going to go 3, 4. Lift on 1 to get to the frog, but then or middle point so that I can go up bow again. 2, te, ta. 3, 4. Lift on 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is a double comma here. 1 means lift, 1 means pause. So this first one means lift, and then we're going to take a little break before we start here. Okay, so I'm going to start at 65 and do the whole section. Here we go. Cello bass. 1, 2, 3, 4, lift. 2, te, ta. 3, 4, lift. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you rest. 2, 3, 4. Half note, and then make sure that you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, off. The end of 5. Okay? So that's shadow bow and clapping and counting. Make sure you're very fluid with this so that you can do your weekly assignment at the end of the week. Have a great day.